Hey guys, so in this video today, we're going to be answering the age-old question, how big can you get naturally? With the help of the Irish YouTube legend, Mr. Natty Rob Lipsett.
So what actually sparked me to do this video is I came across an internet forum and it was a load of people discussing this guy's physique. And of course, you know, everyone in the forum was, oh yeah, fake natty bro, can't get that without steroids, mate. And quite frankly, I just find that whole attitude that you can't get big without steroids, I just find it so demotivating.
So he's obviously making a really good point here. You know, the age-old question about how big can you get natty has been around for centuries. And no one else who can talk about it better other than the man himself, Rob Lipsett, who is a personal trainer. So this one should be interesting, guys. The reason I wanted to make this video is, guys, because a lot of people ask me on a daily basis, you know, and also talking with my friends in the gym, how big can you get naturally in the gym? You know, can you achieve a good physique naturally? Now, in my perspective, guys, I look at rugby players, NFL players, they're all natural for the most part. You know, some guys get popped for steroids, but that's another side note. Most of the guys are natural, and you know, that is a good indicator, you know, as a professional athlete at the peak physical performance on how big you can get naturally, guys.
So let's go back in time and discuss a bit about the history of steroids. Basically, the first ever steroid, exogenous testosterone, was produced in 1935. Before then, they didn't exist.
So there you guys have it, man. The first topic of discussion. Before 1935, steroids and, you know, exogenous testosterone wasn't even synthesized yet. So, you know, you couldn't be on steroids before then. It was physically impossible. Nobody has invented it yet. So anyone before then basically has never taken steroids.
And it didn't even become available, widely available to the public until the late 40s, early 50s.
A lot of people know this, guys. So steroids weren't even available to the public, maybe to certain members of public interest or something like that, but they weren't available to the public until like 1950 when the Russians invented them, and then the Americans flew back home, you know, as it says in the movie, bigger, faster, stronger, and they invented steroids, guys, the Russians, and then they, you know, basically and then the Americans basically used it on their athletes as well for the Olympics.
So now let's look at some pictures of bodybuilders that were taken before 1935. So there's no question that these guys were natural. First up, we got Eugene Sandow. Check out them shreds, mate. Them six-pack abs. Them fake natty 3D delts. Check out some Bobby Pandor. Holy quads, Batman. Check out them separations. How about some Ernest Kading?
This was the guy who invented the bench press, for a lot of you guys that don't know. So I want to add a little side note to Rob Lipsett's little information piece about people before 1935 who are 100% natural. Guys, if you look at a lot of these federations, you know, for the most part, if you look at the UFC nowadays, you know, past like 2012, before Brock Lesnar and Overster Alvarine were killing it in it, a lot of these guys are natural. As in the rugby, you know, you're tested constantly. In NFL, you're tested constantly. So in a lot of these major sports, guys, you are 100% natural. You can look at guys like that as well, and for the most part, you know, come up with a determination that 90% of these guys are natural. And there's a lot of different people that you can look at in these sports to help you get motivation if you're a natural guy training in the gym. Because I know a lot of you guys, man, lack motivation in the gym when you see people and they're obviously on steroids. This is a good way to change that outlook.
Keep in mind that cameras sucked back then. These photos look like they were taken using a potato, so they probably look better in real life. Also, nowadays, we got Instagram filters.
Rob Lipsett looks jacked here, guys. He actually looks better than people back in 1935 or whenever those photos were taken, and he's for sure natural. He's not huge by any standard, but he is shredded.
But here's the kicker. This is what I want to add to the discussion. Nowadays, we have so much more resources. We have the internet nowadays.
This is super true, guys. The information on the internet compared to back then is insane. If you don't know how to build muscle nowadays, even on your own without personal trainers, it's kind of a joke, guys. You know, everyone should at least have a basic knowledge of how nutrition affects your body and what kind of exercises you should be doing in the gym.
Seriously, there are countless books and websites providing you with an abundance of information about training and nutrition. We have gyms full of equipment, more equipment than you would ever need. We even have apps that will count how much food we're eating. We even have supplements that make things even easier.
This is what I want to talk about as well, guys. Nowadays, we have massive amounts of supplements. We have creatine monohydrate. We have stuff like BCAAs. We have pre-workouts, guys, that I take every single day before the gym. You know, a lot of these supplements really do help when it comes to performance in the gym. They might not directly exactly help you. You know, things like red meat and eggs and cheese and milk, you know, stuff like that will help you a lot, but supplements will also help you a lot. He's very true, guys. We do have it a lot easier than back in the day. If you're comparing 1950s athletics to 2023, you know how easy we have it, guys, it's almost non-comparable. You know, everyone should be pretty much shredded and jacked nowadays, but the food is a lot worse nowadays, I would argue.
We could get a better physique naturally than the physiques that I just pictured. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. The main reason I made it is to motivate people and to get people out of the mentality that you need steroids to get a great physique.
This is one big thing that I want to talk about, guys, as well. You do not need steroids to get an amazing physique. You need steroids to get a massive, you know, absolutely huge physique, one that's maybe not achieved naturally. But I've seen a lot of people that can get a massive physique, bigger than people that are on steroids, guys. Most people that I know that are taking juice don't look as good as people that are actually natural. Also, guys, case in point, Rich Piana, if you guys care to know who he is, he's said in countless videos that he's known people that were on, and he's one of the biggest bodybuilders in the world. There are some people that he knew that were natural that looked far better than people that ever will look on steroids, and he knows people that were natural that looked in the best he's ever seen anybody in his entire life, guys. So hope you guys get some motivation out of that. Me and Rob Lipsett hopefully gave you guys some motivation to achieve a natural physique. Keep pumping that iron, guys, and you'll get the physique that you love. I love you guys all, and I'll see you guys in the next.